Oh my god, what is going on with this weather? Jeez, it's supposed to be summertime and I'm drenched, it's raining. I'll stop moaning. The good news is it makes it quite dark in the car, which is good when you're filming, doing the old diagnostic. And a lovely subscriber goes by the name of Rolf Blue Sky 8537, another catchy name. He was asking about the HVAC. He wanted to know, what does the iCarsoft specifically tell you about the HVAC? I know when I plug it in, it opens and closes vents, but whether it would tell me anything more than that, like the refrigerant, etc., I just don't know. So I thought I'd do a video. So enough talk, let's get straight into it.
Let's move on, 'cause it's time to move on.
This is my Range Rover Evoque. It's a 2012, I think. And I know, actually, ironically, even though it's a horrible day, the air conditioning is not charged very much. It needs some more air. But I'm wondering what this is actually going to tell me. So it's a good opportunity to plug it in. So the first thing I'm going to do is get the blind closed, because that's going to make it a bit darker for you to see. Okay, right, she's all plugged in. Let's have a look. All right, let's have a look and see what we can see. So it fits quite nicely in there. So straight into diagnostic. This is my iCarsoft. It's a multi-car system. So I have various different cars, BMW, Land Rover, Mercedes. Obviously, we're going to go into Land Rover. That's just the software version. You can choose any one you want. I'm going to turn off the fan because I want to save my battery power, because Range Rovers are a little bit power hungry. Right, so if I go up, it's going to go to the bottom of the page and I can work my way up that way because I know it's near the bottom. It's a Range Rover Evoque and it is a 2012 to 2013 and it's a diesel. So we're going to go into manual scan because I want to go straight to the unit. It saves a bit of time. That way you don't have to run through for it to search all the control units that the car can talk to with the iCarsoft. So I'm looking for HVAC or air conditioning, see what it says. Auxiliary heater control. There's quite a lot there. There we go, HVAC, ventilation and air conditioning control unit. Right, so let's have a look and see. We've got any fault codes first of all. Oh, humidity sensor circuit. And it's just one of one, so there's a fault with that, a 1A69. Let's go into view data. And these are the options, my good friend, Mr. Rolf Blue Sky, that the iCarsoft can communicate with the car in terms of the heating and ventilation. Climate output water pump, air quality sensor communication, air quality sensor status, cabin temperature, and then you've got your LIN A subnode status. If you look up there, I'm not going to go through them all. There's 233 items. That's incredible. My goodness me. And if I was to select them all, that would take ever and a day to go through it all. Defrost, damper mode, request target. It's quite significant. It really is. Very much appreciate the fact that you took the time to subscribe. I've got loads of diagnostic videos, especially on Mercedes and Range Rover, as well as a whole load of other car troubleshooting videos as well. Okay, so I've unplugged my iCarsoft now. And I'm going to plug in my Maxicom and let's see what this can see on the HVAC system. So select the vehicle, which obviously is Land Rover. Then I'm going to go automatic selection. That's just going to bring up the VIN number automatically. So I press read. There she is. Press OK. And everything looks good on the screen, so that's all great. Right, now I'm going to go into the next stage. Instead of doing a full system scan, I'm actually just going to do a manual scan and go directly to the control unit, being the HVAC. So instead of auto scan, control unit. And now what's quite nice about the Maxicom is you can just sort of see all the information on one screen there. So the first page, let's see if there's anything to do with air conditioning, ABS, parking system, gear shift modules, nothing there. It's going to be under HVAC. HVAC, there we go, heating and ventilation. So let's go into that. Right, You can see I've got 4 menus as opposed to the iCarsoft, which only had the 3. We can go into active test, but first of all I'm going to see what the trouble code is. Remember, we had one with a humidity sensor, so I'm just interested to see what this sees. And there you go, it's the same one, humidity circuit. So why not clear it, because both the iCarsoft and the Maxicom saw the same one. So press erase codes, follow the instructions, ignition off, ignition on, sorry, and engine off, yes, and then press yes again. Turn the ignition off, okay, that's off. And then turn it on again, yes. Trouble codes are not detected, so that's all gone. So if we now escape or press read codes again, let's just see. Nope, nothing there, that's good. So that's cleared the humidity sensor code error. Now we're going to go into active test, which is something that you unfortunately can't do with the iCarsoft because you haven't quite got that same bi-directional controllability. Now, if you remember, there were live data information that the iCarsoft could bring up, and there was 233. So here I've got 3 pages, and it's a lot easier to navigate through. So LED status, rear defrost. So these are all switches and visual indications. I'm not too interested in the LED status. So let's go to the next one. So we get past where it says LED. So climate button status floor, climate button status left seat ventilation. That's good. Okay, climate button status automatic. Climate button status maximum defrost. Climate button status recirculation. So that they're all physical button statuses really. Let's look at the live data. So here we have pretty much the same type of list that I had on the iCarsoft, talking about the cabin temperature, left temperature range, right temperature range, defrost range. There's an awful lot there. I'm not going to go through them all, but you can see that if you look closely here, this is a little scroll bar. The iCarsoft had 233, and it looks to me that the Maxicom, equally so, has an awful lot too. Defrost damper motor target position. It's all there and more. So I'm going to press back, I'm going to escape that, escape again, escape one more time, and just keep going back out, because it's a good idea to do that rather than just unplugging it. So look, I hope you found that useful. iCarsoft and Maxicom, 2 different beasts, they really are. The Maxicom pretty much fully bi-directional, and it does loads and loads of cars. My iCarsoft was one of the first diagnostics I got, still love it. It does about 10 different car makes. It's not the same in terms of the bi-directional, but for a little unit that didn't cost me very much, this thing has paid for itself time and time again. And that's in terms of clearing codes and just checking what the codes are. What you saw was on the humidity sensor, it was exactly the same that the Maxicom picked up, but this thing cost about 3 times as much as the iCarsoft. Also, if you remember, the live data showed 233 items that it could see. Likewise, so did the Maxicom. So you do have to ask yourself, okay, so you haven't got the same bidirectional controllability, but how deep do you want to go with the diagnostics? And if it is just a little bit of troubleshooting, this thing pretty much did the same as the unit that cost 3 times as much. It's food for thought. So look, I hope Rolf Blue Sky, the subscriber of mine that asked me to do the HVAC and to see how much this iCarsoft could actually show for the HVAC, hope you found it useful, and I very much appreciate the fact that you took the time to subscribe. And any of those new guys out there, if you want to join me on my journey, I've got loads of diagnostic videos, especially on Mercedes and Range Rover, as well as a whole load of other car troubleshooting videos as well. Thanks for watching, see you on the next one.